Hello friends, welcome to my full comparison, physical comparison between the Honor 6X and the 7X. So just by looking at these two phones, can you even tell which is the 6X and the 7X? Well, phone enthusiasts might be able to tell, but just any other Dick and Harry would never be able to tell because it's just too similar. And I would like to say this is the 6X and this is the 7X. So as you might be able to see, this is a little bit wider because this is using the normal 16:9 aspect ratio, but this is using a wider aspect ratio. This is the 18:9 or 2:1, and just picking it up, you would definitely feel that this is a little bit more handy, especially because the width is a little bit lower, and this is a little bit it's not too bad, but compared to the 7X feels definitely much better in your hand. And talking about the build quality, I have to say Honor has just improved the build quality like to a flagship level in the 7X. The 6X for that matter, it's not bad. So you have this metal back, but what I actually feel is that this kind of feels kind of like I don't know, very thin sheet of metal, and also you get these plastic upper portion and the bottom portion, and also this small area where you can feel the separation between the metal and the plastic. So if you're using the phone naked, you would definitely feel like it's a mid-range device, but this is absolutely fantastic. The metal is just astonishing. The texture is kind of similar to the Pixel phone, the first generation Pixel, and the overall build quality is just superior to the 6s. How to see? I'm not sure how much I can show you this through this video, but the build quality is definitely 2 or 3 levels higher than the older 6X model. And also what I like about the build quality of the 7X is that they use these bands instead of these plastic thing on the top and bottom for signal reception, and also the fact that they actually have these screws in the bottom. If my camera is focusing, you can see. I'm sorry, my camera is so these screws, so this gives a lot more rigidity to the whole structure of the phone. I'm very happy that they included this, and even in iPhones you can see these kind of screws in the bottom which holds the whole aluminum frame together to the phone chassis. It's absolutely fantastic. So that is the build quality. And coming to the I missed one thing, which are these buttons. So both 6X and 7X has similar button placement, but I think the 7X and the 6X for that matter is using plastic buttons. From my point of view, that is a bit of a disappointment, but what we can say, but there has to be some kind of separation between these and flagship devices. And the next thing, and the main thing for that matter, is the display. So let us first check the fingerprint scanner. As you can see both here. Ready, 1, 2. Kind of felt like the 7X was faster. Just 1, 2. Okay, that's I would say similarly fast. But looking at the displays for that matter, so this is now set at full brightness. Can go all the way down. Can barely see anything, but in the 7X you can't just it's almost like there's nothing, and you can actually let me just brighten things up. And from the looks of it, it feels kind of similar, the image quality, like the colors and all everything, but I don't know, I mean something, I mean, maybe it's the aspect ratio, the whole filling the frame kind of screen on the 7X. It feels much more, I mean, there's a lot more depth to the screen, I would like to say. And this is one of the main selling points of the 7X over any other phone in the 15,000 price bracket. It's just absolutely beautiful. And I don't know, it's just it's amazing. You have to see for yourself. I mean, you might feel like, you know, it is not much big of it. I mean, it's not as big of a deal as I'm saying, but yeah. So coming back to the display, the one gripe I have about the 7X display is that I would show you. So this is at full brightness right now, as you can see, and also this is running Nova launches. As I tilt both these phones to the sides, you can see that the 7X is losing a lot of brightness while the 6X is not. So I would just exchange this phone to other hands, and even here, and also to the other side, sadly similar. On the bottom, it's a similar story. To the sides, similar story, and also any side for that matter. So even though the 7X has a bigger, much vibrant, I mean, it's not vibrant as vibrant as some of the AMOLEDs, but it's a very cool, wonderful display. But going to the sides, the brightness levels kind of gets affected. So that is the only gripe I have about the 7X display. Apart from that, it's just beautiful. Not sure why my camera is not focusing, so I'll focus manually. Just 1 second. Yeah. So yes, yep. That was my physical comparison between the 6X and the 7X. If you have any queries, please comment below and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more in-depth reviews about these two phones, I mean the 7X for that matter, and also full camera comparison and every other whole phone comparison between these two phones. So thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you again in the next one. See ya.